Hey folks, Dr. Phil here. This is going to be a video where I discuss marketing's analytical side in the context or broader context of marketing management. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So the first thing I want to talk about in this video is CRM, customer relationship management. So this is a comprehensive business model for increasing revenues and profits by focusing on customers. No one department owns CRM. This is sort of a, enterprise-wide, firm-wide facet, if you will. Rather, you could even think of it as a mission-critical business strategy, because if you get this wrong, it could spell the end of the business or at least a serious decline. This cuts across the entire organization, but it's most used by marketing, sales, and customer service. It drives the firm to be sort of customer centric, right? Sort of putting the customer at the center of all the firm does. Now, the three objectives of CRM: acquisition, retention, and profitability for customers. So, acquisition of the right customers, obviously, based on known or learned characteristics that will drive growth and increase margins. And with respect to customer retention, here we're thinking about the retention of satisfied and loyal, profitable customers, and channels that lead to long-term growth and profits. And for customer profitability, increase customer margins while offering the right products at the right time. Both very important. So customer satisfaction means that the offering meets or exceeds the customer's expectations. Customer loyalty means the degree to which the individual will resist switching or defecting from one offering to another. So here we're looking for high satisfaction, a high level of perceived value, and of course, strong relationship with the provider, and indeed, ideally, the brand. With respect to customer value co-creation, this is when customers and providers combine forces to co-create offerings of value. The customer experience management, how the firm ensures the customer has an excellent experience at every encounter. And firms, put a lot of time, effort, thought, resources, behind that. And also customer empowerment, providing ways for the customer to connect with the firm and ways that the firm and customer can collaborate with each other. One metric that we use in marketing is CLV, customer lifetime value. The relationships pay off in terms of cost savings, revenue growth, profits, and of course, referrals. And also return on customer investments, what we sometimes abbreviate this ROCI. This is the projected financial returns from a customer over the long run. And it can be used to determine whether firing a customer is necessary, which sounds very dramatic. We just basically mean that we're not really focusing on selling to them anymore. Now, the CRM, customer relationship management process cycle, this is a sort of a process of analyzing customer information through customer touch points. Think about every time they, interact with our business, a data warehouse, data mining, and of course, database marketing. Now, marketing planning uses the output from the knowledge discovery phase. So customer interaction represents the implementation of customer strategies and programs. Analysis and refinement phase is where organizational learning takes place. This is where if there are new things to be learned, if things have changed, this is sort of, likely where we would find that out. Now, practicing a customer orientation means placing the customer at the core of all aspects of the firm, instilling an organization-wide focus on understanding customer requirements, making sure that all employees understand the customer marketplace, and aligning system capabilities internally so that the firm responds effectively to customers. Now, big data, what do we mean by big data? We really just mean the ever-increasing quantity and complexity of data being continually produced by various technological sources. And whenever we talk about big data, we often talk about the 4 V's, right? So the first is volume, the amount of data produced in bytes. Number 2 is the velocity, the frequency and speed of analysis. 3 is variety, different types of data. And 4 is veracity, which kind of speaks to the reliability and validity of the data. Now, big data helps marketers better understand customer behavior by allowing them to identify experiences of customers in the purchasing process, which of course is very useful. Customers' touch points, how many and how long and where are they, and how customers interact and experience different products and services. And value, even though we talk about the 4 V's, sometimes the 5th V, considered by some managers, is, of course, value, and it stands to reason. Now, automated technologies are used to extract structured data from unstructured. And now, of course, not all data neatly fits into these two categories. Semi-structured data has some elements that machines can understand, but there's also other elements that machines are just not able to understand. So, for example, XML files have tags, which of course is structured data, but they need more analysis to create other data in the files. So just more work. Now, big data comes from a wide range of sources, things such as business systems, social media platforms, internet connected devices, mobile apps, commercial entities, and even government agencies. Now, CRM, again, customer relationship management systems, CRM systems are often the central hub of data and can integrate with other applications. This allows a holistic view of the customer. And point of sale systems and online transaction data can be tied to other customer information. Now, processing systems help determine a customer's relative value and which offerings would appeal to the customer. So a lot of this is now being done by these systems. And of course, web-related activity is a major source of data generation, as I'm sure we're all aware. Now, in the context of marketing analytics, a crucial component of extracting value from big data is marketing analytics. Google and Facebook, as I'm sure we're all aware, are huge generators of big data. Just as a crazy statistic, each minute on Google, users conduct more than 5.9 million search queries, and each minute on Facebook, 4 million posts are liked, 510,000 comments are posted, 293,000 statuses are updated, and 136,000 photos are uploaded. Now, descriptive analytics uses data to provide summary insights. Raw data is transformed into measurements. It's often presented in a visual format like histograms or pie charts, and often the appropriate first step before more complex and expensive analysis. Now, diagnostic analytics uses data to explore relationships between different marketing factors that influence the firm's performance. Now, how do these relationships impact future marketing decisions? Diagnostic analysts uses linear regression. Now, if you're not familiar with regression, that's a fairly straightforward, depending on the type of regression, um, statistical technique that you can use to sort of it's a great forecasting tool. It has other uses too. In this example, how do the number of conversations in an online forum about a new TV show impact ratings? Predictive analytics uses or utilizes data to make predictions about future marketing outcomes of interest. Some use historical data to extrapolate into the future, and others make predictions between a set of factors and an outcome of influencing factors. Predictive analytics also provides clarity on how changes may impact marketing outcomes. And this can be done on a big level, small, or as they say, macro or micro level. Prescriptive analytics involves determining the optimal level of marketing relevant factors for a specific context by considering how adjusting their levels in varying ways will impact different marketing outcomes. Most advanced and costly draws on the other three approaches. And of course, what if questions allows the firm to evaluate the value of different decisions. So basically running, different what if type scenarios. Everybody's heard of AI at this point, artificial intelligence, which refers to a variety of technologies designed to mimic human analytical capabilities. A chatbot, and you probably heard that term before, a chatbot is a computer program that simulates and processes human conversation, allowing them to interact with digital devices as though they were communicating with a real person. The marketing dashboard is a comprehensive system providing managers with up-to-the-minute information necessary to run their operation. This can include data on actual sales versus sales forecast, progress on marketing plan objectives, distribution channel effectiveness, sales force productivity, brand equity evolution, and so on and so forth. And here we see the kind of the key benefits of a marketing dashboard. Think about the dashboard in the car, right? It's not everything you need to know, it's just the kind of the key things. So the key benefits of a marketing dashboard. Well, it aligns marketing and financial objectives with firm strategy. It enhances marketing function alignment and marketing's relationship to the rest of the organization. It portrays data in a user-friendly manner. It facilitates fact-based, logical decision making, and it creates transparency about marketing throughout the firm, thereby increasing credibility and trust. So dashboards have certainly become very, very common over the last few decades. With the sort of the information age, proliferation of technology. Um, Again, as we think about this sort of TMI issue, a dashboard is a great tool to just sort of, okay, these are the things that, with all the information I'm surrounded by, these are the things I need to focus on in order to run my business successfully. All right, thanks for watching, and I will see you all in another video.